Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is Tyler here bringing you some more college football 27 today. And of course, we're finally starting that Dynasty rebuild series, man. Just got a video here for the introduction, but going forward, I decided I will be streaming all of this straight to YouTube rather than Twitch. Just going to stream these to YouTube. It'll probably be like a couple games per stream, at least for the first couple. Sometimes it'll only be one game, just depending on, how much time I have. But yeah, man, gonna be streaming this stuff straight to YouTube, and then at the end of each year, if it's requested enough, I'll do like a yearly recap video in case some people aren't able to make all the streams or go watch them back. Because that's, why I'm gonna do it straight to YouTube, is that way you can just watch the whole thing back. You can see the recruiting, the gameplay, regardless of what you want to see. It'll all be there, the good, the bad, the ugly, and you can, watch at your own pace, and then I'll recap it at the end of each season. But yeah, man, plan on doing probably around 10 seasons or so of this. Kind of just depends on how it goes. Of course, there's a lot of issues in Dynasty mode right now early on, but it is what it is. Before we get into it, though, I will say my main thing is, the movement going on right now. If you haven't been on Twitter, there's a hashtag going around. It's CFB play don't pay. Because, of course, in this mode, man, they brought in the microtransactions. It's a terrible thing, and I don't want to, talk about it too much, but it's just the way they went about it. Like, if you want that to be available to people that want to pay to upgrade faster and whatnot, cool, keep that there. But taking away the setting for the XP sliders to go faster or fastest is insane. I mean, they're still in the files. It's just not available in the game right now. So if you're listening, please just wait. Do not sit there and buy into their crap. Don't give them any extra money for this stuff. I think we'll get these settings back in the game after, maybe a week or two. Once they realize how badly they screwed up, everyone's mad. I mean, even all the sponsored guys or partner guys, whatever you want to call them, they're all going off about it. So at this point, something's got to change. EA, you guys got to make this right. There's a lot of things wrong in Road to Glory. Of course, that's implemented there as well. If you want to upgrade your player faster, you got to pay for it. It's insane. But yeah, just bring back the XP sliders. There's no reason why you can't have that in there. I mean, they kept the slow and slowest settings in there for Dynasty, which is insane. But yeah, man, just wait it out. Do not be one of those people that buys their crap, man. Because I think that's what they're doing. It's just the first couple of weeks they're trying to see how many people they can get to spend that extra money. And then they'll, roll the settings back out for us. And plus, it's just the way they hit it from all the partner guys. It's like insane that none of them knew anything about it. And they still had the settings in their pre-builds that they were playing. It's like, come on, bro. Like, that's crazy the way they went about it, hiding it from them. And yeah, I mean, there's a whole lot of other things I could say, but I don't want to harp on that too much. We're getting our Dynasty going today either way. I just hope that the recruiting bugs get fixed soon. I know proximity to home has some issues. And, there's a couple other things, of course. But, I mean, it's early in the game. That's understandable. It's just, please take out the whole microtransaction thing, or at least just give us those fastest settings back. It's a single player offline mode. Like, come on, man. If you're interested in any Road to Glory stuff, of course, check the description. I have, a couple series going, one with a tight end and then a free safety as well. So make sure you go check those out when you got time. And then also follow the links in the description for my Twitter or X, and then my Twitch for when I'm going live. And, always tweeting out updates and whatnot. But yeah, don't want to waste too much more time. Let's go ahead and get into the introduction here for my Dynasty rebuild. Of course, I'll be playing every game with this one. And I'll have a couple other simulation rebuilds where we're not really playing, maybe a little bit of coach mode involved, but we'll do a couple other ones. Those probably won't start for at least a couple other weeks still, but this will be my main one here on the channel. Playing every game, we're doing all the recruiting, doing it all. And, we'll see how we do, man. So let's go ahead and get into episode 1, man.
This is Ryerson Stadium in Ypsilanti, Michigan. Action hits full stride with this conference opener. It's the Sacramento State Hornets and the Eastern Michigan Eagles. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe, some interesting storylines setting up in this one.
Well, guys, I did check in with the Eagles head coach pregame. He is so excited to lead his team out onto this field where he was a player himself. He has waited his turn. It is a full circle moment for him. And he said, I cannot wait to be the head coach and be the leader that I had when I was a player. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup.
So yeah, man, I'm sure you could have guessed it that I decided I would go to Eastern Michigan, take over the Eagles. I think what is it, Chris Creighton there, uh, you know, did a good job of turning the program around the last like 10 years or so, but starting to go back in the wrong direction. Just 4-8 last season, pretty underwhelming. So yeah, they're bringing in your boy to take over and try to right the ship here in Ypsilanti. So yeah, I'll go over a few things first before we, go over the team, the roster, the schedule, and then, we'll play the first game to start this series, of course. But yeah, man, I went to Eastern Michigan 11 years ago. I only went for a year because I had a whole lot of crazy stuff going on in my life at the time. But yeah, man, I went to Eastern. It's literally, if you just go down Washtenaw, you can get from Eastern to Michigan, U of M, from Ypsi to Ann Arbor. They're literally right next to each other. But yeah, man, um, I loved it there. Shout out anyone that partied at the Goat House back in the day or on good old Ballard Street. Oh man, I'm going back. I'm old, forgive me. But yeah, shout out the Goat House. Good old Brick Dick. If you don't know, the water tower in Ypsilanti is literally shaped like that. It's kind of wild. But yeah, a lot of great memories back there back in the day, man. My freshman year was also the freshman year for good old Max Crosby, which I've mentioned that before if you've watched on the channel, but if you're new, you wouldn't know that. He was redshirted his first year, and I wouldn't have known anything of it. Like, I was with him at parties at, like, the cheer house and all sorts of stuff. He wouldn't remember me. We weren't, like, friends. If anything, he might remember my buddy because my buddy stayed there all 4 years and whatnot. But, yeah, I remember him being at a party one time at the cheer house because we was good friends with a couple of the cheerleaders and whatnot. But, yeah, I just remember him being like, yeah, this is Max, yada, yada. And I'm just like, oh, cool, what up? He was just some red shirt, didn't look as big as he is now. Like, he was a bigger guy, but nothing like the beast he is today. But either way, we went 1-11 that year that I was there. And then the next year is when he started, and it just changed everything. I started making bowl games almost every year. Went from winning, anywhere from 0 to 1 or 2 games every year to winning, 5 to 7. So yeah, there was a big turnaround. But yeah, of course, lately things have went back in the wrong direction. 4-8 last season, so we got to come take over. And then I'll go over some more history here. So if anyone's not really interested, just skip ahead a little bit to when we go over the roster. I just want to let you know how bad Eastern Michigan football really is. Now, early on, things were pretty good. They go back all the way to 1891, but I don't think they actually became like a D1 FBS school till I think 75, which they went 4-6 as an independent before then joining the MAC the next season. But yeah, going all the way back to 1891, they were pretty solid back in the day. I don't know really how many football schools or teams there really were. Like, it wasn't even Eastern Michigan back in the day. It was like Michigan State Normal School or some weird name. I don't know. There was a whole lot of different stuff going on back then. But they had like undefeated seasons in 1906, 1925, 1927, and 1943, and 1945. The first four that I said there were all no points allowed. They shut out every team. Of course, back then they were probably only playing anywhere from like 4 to 8 games a season. In the year 44, there was no team. I'm guessing no one had a team. I think that was when that was like the middle of World War II times, and I think like the Holocaust was going on too. Like D-Day was that year, all sorts of stuff. So like there wasn't no football going on in 44. So that messed them up out of going undefeated 3 years in a row. But either way, I just figured I'd go over that. Like, that was, the last time Eastern was successful was back then. Unless you want to count the one MAC championship. So, yeah, that's right. Only one in Eastern's history. Back in 1987. So definitely going to be looking to bring some more of those here to Ypsilanti. Now, talking about losing streaks in the history of college football. Eastern Michigan is tied for the 4th worst. The worst was 34 games by Northwestern from 1979 to 1982. And then Virginia and Kansas State each had 28 game losing streaks back in like the 40s and 50s. And then tied with 27, New Mexico State had that streak from 88 to 90. And then Eastern also had 27 game loss streak between the years of 1980 and 82. So yeah, man, 27 losses in a row is wild. So I'm just letting you know how bad the history is here at Eastern. And I think they've only ever won like 7, maybe not even 7 bowl games. I actually don't think it's not even that much. I think they've only been to not even that many. But yeah, like they just started going to bowl games recently, and they had only ever been to a few back in the day. Because of course, back in the 80s and 90s, there really weren't that many bowl games. Where nowadays there's millions of bowls. But yeah, then as far as players go, just 49 professional players, 32 drafted, only 2 first rounders ever. So of course Max Crosby, one of the recent notable names. Andrew Wiley, 2-time Super Bowl champ. I think he was only starting for one of them there with the Chiefs, but he's actually with the Commanders now. But he's been starting his whole career. Charlie Batch, Steelers backup legend. You feel me? He was there for one of our Super Bowls. The other one, he wasn't there. It was like 1 year that he just wasn't on the team, but he was backing up like the previous 4 years and then like the next 4 years. So I don't know what happened in '08, but he was there for the one that we won in Detroit, which is pretty sweet because he's from Eastern Michigan, so right down the street. But yeah, also TJ Lang played with the Packers for a while. He was with them for their Super Bowl, but he wasn't a starter that year. Jason Jones, another player. But yeah, there's some solid notable names, but nothing really too crazy. So we're gonna want to change this all. Over our tenure here at Eastern Michigan, we want to start getting more players to the NFL, start winning some more conference championships, and not go on any crazy losing streaks. We want to win some more bowl games and become a MAC star. We got to be at the top of the conference. And one last thing, going back to Max Crosby, they did just name it Crosby Field a couple years ago as well. They're at Ryan Nearson Stadium. And then we also called it the Factory. I don't know if they still do that. I would assume they do, but we also called it the Factory back then. But yeah, Ryan Nearson Stadium, he was one of their best coaches back in the day for a very long time. But yeah, man, good old Crosby Field, man. But yeah, we'll go ahead and get into it, man, checking out the roster and the schedule and dive in to game number 1 to wrap up this first episode of this Eastern Michigan Dynasty rebuild on College Football 27. All right, so first things first, when you start your Dynasty, I do want to show some stuff in the settings. Now, I'm not going to do a Cloud Dynasty, but I want to show you a setting that's in there when I was talking about at the beginning with the whole microtransaction stuff. So it's not going to be in the settings if you do an offline one. So with the Cloud one, you got to do Cloud to be able to import Team Builder and all that stuff. And they say there's faster updates and faster simming, which I don't believe. But yeah, they just want to push everyone to that Cloud stuff. But yeah, so right here, the Coach XP setting, like I said before, they only have slower and slowest now, and normal. You no longer have the fast and fastest. And then right here, man, under the pre-order and membership bonuses, this setting will not show up if you are doing the offline Dynasty. It only shows in the Cloud. Coach level purchases. So you can turn that on or off. If you're doing it offline, there's no setting. It's just there. It's just, this is probably for more so like online dynasties, so that way you can make sure other people in online dynasty aren't just buying points to upgrade their coach. But yeah, they literally have a whole setting to turn the coach level purchases on or off. But yeah, we're just going to turn that off. No Cloud Dynasty. I'm not really sure what the deal is with active roster. Like, wouldn't you want that on? But if you go in with it off, there probably wouldn't be as much NIL on players. I really don't know what the difference is here. It'd probably matter more if we were like into the season to where you could use the rosters from before the season, or if they're using the ones that are updated, because obviously once we hit week 3, week 4, there's gonna be adjusted ratings and stuff like that. But I'll just leave it off. I'm pretty sure it'll be the same either way. But yeah, you see here in the settings now, you don't see that coach level purchases is no longer showing up. But yeah, man, we're going to be playing on Heisman difficulty. Be keeping everything pretty much the same. So this manual progression XP penalty, I'm definitely going to adjust this. I'm taking it from 25 down to 15 because I like to manually progress my players, and I don't like that they penalize you for having that off. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and turn auto progress players off. I like to control that on my own throughout the season, so that way we're actually putting the points into stuff that we actually want upgraded. But yeah, of course, all the other auto recruiting and CPU stuff will be off. We'll definitely go over that budget. You know, the new Dynasty budget this year is very nice with different NIL stuff, your facilities, you know, of course, handling your coaches and whatnot. Yeah, we'll go over all that in a sec. But yeah, we'll be playing on, like I said, Heisman, 8-minute quarters, Excel clock on 25. I did some small adjustments here to the wear and tear stuff, just moved the stuff down a little bit, and then the recovery up just a tad, just because in this game it is very like heavy on the wear and tear compared to the last couple, and I'm just tired of seeing players injured every other play. Like, it kind of ruins the flow of the game when we're having an injury timeout almost every other play. So I'm hoping that this helps with it a little bit. Of course, can turn injuries down a little bit too to help, but we'll see how it goes. I, of course, can adjust that as we go. And then I am also turning down the transfer chance. I'll keep it at 52 for CPU teams, but user team, I'm going to go to 48. Just because it always seems like no matter what, there's going to be 30 players asking for more NIL and stuff every year. And that's just a little bit ridiculous. We'll keep max transfers at 20. I usually go to 18, but I think at a smaller school like this, it makes sense to keep it higher. I'm actually going to go to 22. I've seen some people even play with 25, but I'm going to keep it at 22 for now and just see how that goes. Yeah, man, we are in the MAC. Of course, it looks a little bit different this year as no more Northern Illinois, but Sacramento State does enter. So we can kind of look and compare to what we will have compared to these other teams. It's a nice overview that you have here. But yeah, it's a pretty solid overview. Let you know about the Dynasty points budget at Eastern. It looks like we'll have like 765, but I think that's telling us we'll just have 75 to start. Oh yeah, that's what's available. Okay, so 75 available out of the 765, so that means the rest is all allocated for this season. The school demeanor is patient, difficulty is high. Founded in 1849, stadium capacity is just 30,200. In good old Ypsilanti, like I said, the pipelines are Michigan, Ohio, and Illinois. Yeah, the all-time record, man. You see the percentage. Only 34% wins, man. That is terrible. Only one conference title, like I told y'all, back in 1987. 31 NFL draft picks. Is that what I had? I have 32 wrote down, and this is only showing 31. My sources said 32. But yeah, just like I said, I was right. Only 7 bowl games. That's why I said earlier, I was like 7 wins. I was like, wait a second. I was like, I think it might be only 7 bowl appearances. Because I think they only had like 1 or 2 before this last run that Crosby helped ignite with good old Coach Creighton. But like I said, man, 4-8 last year, not cutting it. You got to bring me in to take over. But yeah, man, 2-5 all time in bowls. So only 7 of them in their history, and only won 2 of them. That's rough. But yeah, man, of course, no Heisman winners or national championship winners. Don't know if we'll really ever get that done, but hey, man, if we can maybe build this team to be the best MAC school, who knows, might make a playoff run at some point. That'll be many years down the road, though. But yeah, just to take a look at some other schools, man. You know, like Ball State and Bowling Green have a lot more points available. Miami of Ohio, so they'll probably put it into like staff and facilities and very heavily into the roster for next season. We will, of course, have to reallocate a lot of stuff depending on what it's all, you know, implemented into right now. We'll have to check it out once we get in there. Yeah, man, of course, the blueprint you see there, 295 is on staff, 150 in facilities, 0 into the, you know, recruits NIL, of course, because we haven't recruited yet, and then 245 in the roster NIL, and it has like a suggested percentage for how much you should put into each. But yeah, 75 unspent right now. So yeah, it's going to be a pretty tough go to start. And then for the school grades there, conference prestige looks like we'll get 160, and you see all the other ones. So that's why we have 765. So you get a certain amount of allocated Dynasty points based on what grade you have for each category. And of course, you can, you know, upgrade facilities and buy other stuff for your staff and whatnot that can help increase those. So here are the 80 expectations. You see, like I said, Made that bowl game a couple years ago, but heading in the wrong direction after being 5-7 and 4-8 back-to-back seasons without a bowl. So see the 80 expectation here. Like I said, they're patient, but they're wanting us to make a bowl already. I don't know if I'll be able to get it done in the first year, but it says that I have the first 3 seasons to get it done, and we will get 100 Dynasty points rewarded if we are able to do that. But yeah, you see the impacts and the rewards, like the negatives if you don't do it, like how negative it could be or how positive it could be if you get it done. Like if I don't make the bowl game in the first 3 years, it'll be more of a negative than a positive if I get it done. But still, I want those extra 100 Dynasty points. And then win a road game this season. I mean, we should be able to get that done, I would think. We'll take a look at the schedule in a second, of course, but definitely at least a couple road games that we should win. But then, of course, a couple of them are some tough non-conference games where it's like, obviously we shouldn't be able to get the job done, but who knows? Anything can happen. But yeah, win more conference games than last year. So they want us to get 4. Yeah, just 3-5 last year. 4-8, 3-5 in the conference. So yeah, if we win 4 conference games this year, that'll be enough to get another 75 Dynasty points. It was just 25 there for winning a road game. And then yeah, the school grades, like I said before on this screen, you can see how many points get allocated to it based on the grade, and then the maxes that you can get it up to. And then the actual grades here, of course, yeah, not looking good here at Eastern Michigan. Pretty rough. Academic prestige and brand exposure both at F, and a D for athletic facilities and coach prestige. So we're gonna have to probably upgrade those facilities. Probably down the line, we don't really have any budget to work with anyways, but probably year 2 or 3 we'll try to get that done. And then championship contender, of course, a D+, not really expecting that to be good. And then C- for campus lifestyle and conference prestige. And then coach stability, our best one, with a B, which makes sense. We just got here. But if we don't do well early, I'm sure that will go down. Yeah, man, just a half-star school here. So it's pretty much as tough as it's going to get. 65 overall team, 66 offense, 64 defense. Go ahead and get into it, man. Gonna be the head coach, of course. Yeah, we're gonna have to take over for good old Chris Creighton. It's just unfortunate, man. And his pipeline is South Carolina. That's wild. I'm sure you're not really getting too many guys from Southern Cal to come up to good old Ypsilanti. Yeah, I'll go ahead and create the coach. And I think recruiter is pretty much the best way to start, because you can always gain the motivator and tactician stuff at some point, but you're going to want to start with recruiter because it's going to be very tough, especially at a school like this. All right, there you have it, man. That's the coach. I know it don't look really like him, but it's going to be good old Charlie Batch. That is right. If you was watching the channel last year, I had Marshawn Lynch take over at Cal in that online dynasty that I was in. This wasn't really my plan going in, but I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm going to just make Charlie Batch the coach. So I'm going to go ahead and keep the spread Eastern Michigan playbook for now. We might change that up if I don't like it going forward, but either way, it'll stay some sort of spread offense for sure. Defense, they was running a 4-3. Like, I don't know what year it is, but the 4-3 has been long gone, man. So we're going to go with the 4-2-5. But yeah, alma mater, of course, Eastern. Going to go with the calm demeanor. And you see a couple other things I've set here. I turned up the aggressiveness. Both were at 50, so I turned it up for both offense and defense to 55. We want to score a lot of points, and we want to force turnovers, man. But yeah, I like this here at the bottom, the dynasty point strategy. You can do balanced, developmental, recruit and retain, talent acquisition, portal program. But yeah, those are all some solid options. I'm going to go with recruit and retain because I feel like development will coincide with that, because if you're retaining those players, you're going to develop them well at some point, I would hope. But, you know, with our terrible facilities, that might not be the case early on. But either way, recruit and retain is the one I'm going to go with to start. Not sure how much this really matters. It might be more for, like, simulation stuff. I'm not sure. Yeah, there you go. Good old Charlie Batch. Taking over as head coach here at his alma mater, Eastern Michigan. Starting with a good old 3-year contract. So you see the job security is at 80%, so As long as we're not completely terrible the first couple of years, we should be fine and secure here. So the coach points offer is 10. So we'll get 10 coach points from Eastern annually. And of course, we can earn more of those in other areas as well. But just from our contract alone, we'll get 10 coach points a year. And then, of course, we already went over the goals there as well to earn some more Dynasty points. Go ahead and sign that contract. And we get the extra coach points for the pre-order bonus. So we'll, of course, apply those early. And Rainmaker unlocked too. Like, of course, I got the MVP membership, so I do get this Rainmaker ability. But checking out coach abilities, of course, I started as a recruiter here. We'll have to work on upgrading that and then unlocking some of these other ones as well. And then eventually unlocking program builder and then CEO, which we can also get visionary, which is awarded for creating a coach in Madden 27. I'm sure I'll do that eventually to get that unlocked. But Rainmaker there, of course, is big time. And you actually just get it off the rip. You don't even have to earn it. Okay, cool. So we're already a Rainmaker. Hopefully that doesn't make it like super easy by any means, but hey, I got it for a reason, you feel me? We gotta turn Eastern Michigan around. And it's probably gonna take a lot of NIL to do so. But yeah, as far as the coach points go, of course, we'll be upgrading the recruiting to start. We want to be able to scout these guys with less hours, so I'm going to go ahead and add that for every position other than the specialists to start. So I'm definitely not too worried about them, and even if we need them, I'm probably not going to scout them. And before I add any more, I might as well check out our squad. I need to see the roster so that way I know which positions are going to be most important early on. While we're here real quick, checking out the coordinators. Mike Patowski on offense. He's a scheme guru. He's got an F prestige though, so we'll see how he does in year one, but I don't know. Another F on defense as well. The Ryan Lester, a master motivator. Yeah, man, it's going to be tough with these coaches, so they're going to have to show out here in year one or might be getting replaced. First, I'll go over the schedule here. Of course, we start with Sacramento State, the new member of the MAC. So we start with a conference game in week 0. Then we'll take on, in our non-con, San Jose State. Then on the road for a couple tough ones, a couple Big Ten opponents, Michigan State and Wisconsin. And then we'll host FCS Midwest, which is actually Lindenwood. But of course, you know, they don't have those teams in the game. But yeah, man, so it's honestly a pretty solid start, especially getting these home games with Sacramento State and San Jose State. Say, if anything, we probably are better than them. San Jose State just 3-9 last year. Sacramento State, of course, first year as a D1 FBS school. But yeah, we should be able to get off to a good start. And then MAC play could get pretty tough. We go at UMass, at Akron, and then we host Toledo, and then go to Ohio before the bye in week 9. And then I'm so glad that they have this in the game. Let's go. I was worried that for whatever reason that they wouldn't have the neutral site game. But yeah, they play Central Michigan in week 10 at Ford Field. So I'm glad that they actually have that implemented into the game. And this is also when they'll be playing on, this is on a Wednesday night. Because if you don't know, Maction gets wild in November. They're all playing on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. I think it might even just be Tuesday and Wednesday. But yeah, I think the first week of it, you'll see some Thursdays. But either way, the rest of these games are all midweeks. These last couple are on Tuesday at Western Michigan and then hosting Kent State to round out our regular season. So yeah, man, I mean, we should be able to at least win the 4 games that were won last season. And I could see a 5th and possibly a 6th. Like, realistically, I think I should get us to a bowl game, but more than 6 wins would probably be really tough. Go ahead and check out the squad. I am going to do it in the red shirt screen so I can set those at the same time. Of course, the guys grayed out have already been red shirted, but At quarterback, a couple seniors. Noah Kim leading the way. 78 overall, pretty solid, man. Not too fast, but can move at least a little bit. What's his throw power looking like? Well, I guess it'd be quicker to just view the player card than to scroll all the way over in the depth chart screen. But yeah, man, this is our starting QB. Of course, he's a senior, so a pocket passer. Only going to have him for a year. Accuracies are okay, not great. Throw power 87 is pretty solid for being here at Eastern. But yeah, I mean, it's not going to be great, but he is definitely one of our better players. Got to remember, we're at Eastern Michigan. We're in the MAC, so a 76 overall quarterback. Pretty dang good. His backup is Brogan. I don't even know how to say that last name, McCaughey. But it's just kind of funny that there's a Brogan there, because the quarterback, when I was there, wasn't his name Brogan Roback or something like that? Or am I tripping? I swear his name was Brogan Roback. Or I'm probably remembering wrong. Pretty sure it was at least Roback, right? Oh, no, there was a couple of them there when I was there. But Jay Stuckey, a junior. So we're probably going to have to, you know, unless he develops a lot, we're going to be hurting at quarterback in year 2 unless I get one in the portal. But yeah, we're definitely going to go ahead and see, why has everyone got NIL? Why does every QB have NIL on them here? Like, these guys are terrible. They shouldn't be getting any NIL. Matthew July. Bryce Button. Yeah, they're both getting redshirted. There's no reason to waste any. Okay, it's redshirted, but it didn't like show. So that's another bug. They're both red, but it only shows the red shirt on the one. But yeah, there's no reason to waste a year of eligibility with those guys. They're not going to come close to seeing the field. And I don't care if it makes them on a transfer, because they're not good at all anyways. All right, solid running back here starting. A couple seniors leading the way, though. So again, another position that we're going to have to watch the development on of these younger guys. And it's pretty solid room all around for, you know, being in the MAC. 81 overall here for Braden Bennett. Not very fast, though. Some more speedy guys down here lower on the depth chart. Some more contact seekers, going to be breaking some tackles. Not really breaking away in the open field, though. All right, the receiving room's led the way by Nick Devereaux. 84 overall. Another senior, man. Just a lot of seniors leading the way, so it's going to be tough going into year 2. If anything, this will probably be a better season than the next couple. But yeah, then a sophomore, you got Harold Mack, and another senior, Benson Prosper. Those are the top 3 receivers. And then you might see Isaac in there a little bit as well. No one really has any crazy speed. Mack at 91 is the fastest receiver here. So yeah, he'll probably be one of our best players the first few years, as long as you don't try to transfer out. I'm sure he'll probably ask for more NIL than that 15 after this season, but we'll worry about that in, you know, the next off season. But yeah, man, a couple other low-rated guys here. And tight end, another senior, just a 73 overall, but not bad. Physical route runner right there. Yeah, not really a great room here. We're going to have to attack that position in recruiting. The O-line, got a couple juniors at left tackle. The 73 is a starter. 70 at left guard. Definitely not looking too good on the line other than that center, Nicholas Gallegos, 82 overall. Love seeing that. A senior leading the way in the middle of the line. And then right guard is just a 72, another senior. And then right tackle, pretty decent 76 there with Josh Anderson. Carter Evans, a solid edge rusher here. And we should be good at that position after he graduates, as Quincy Bias is just a sophomore. I probably should redshirt him. I'm kind of worried that he'll try to leave, though. But I don't want to use that year of eligibility with him, because he'll probably end up being pretty solid. Oh, hold on. He's got a deal breaker. He'll probably leave anyways, so I'll just leave him non-redshirted. Looks like everyone's got deal breakers. Sheesh. Oh, man, it's going to be a tough offseason. Right edge, another senior, solid 76 here with Jefferson Adam. Hey, and he's hometown kid out of Ipsy. Love seeing that. I used to play against a couple of the Ipsy teams back when I was in high school. I mean, we played against Ipsy and Ipsy Lincoln at some point. Wonder which one he played at. Ron Harden, the backup. He's a senior. He'll be gone, so it's going to be pretty tough after this year at strong safety. Or, I don't know why I said strong safety. At the edge position, my bad. We have a ton of D tackles on the squad. Jeez Louise. Might have to move one out to edge at some point, but 3 seniors leading the way, so that's kind of tough. But yeah, they're pretty solid, just not great. Definitely going to have to redshirt a few of these guys. I mean, they're all like sophomores or juniors, but there's no reason to have all these defensive tackles active. We don't have any Sam linebackers, which is fine. They're probably all under Mike and Will. So yeah, we got Bryce Luke, a senior in the middle, just a 69 overall, so that's pretty rough, only 76 speed. Yeah, this is going to be a tough position to fill after this season. You got your boy Noah here, of course. I know everyone loves Noah. But alright, man, we're going to go ahead and redshirt a couple of them here. And they're just such low overalls. They probably might not even make it back to the squad next year, depending on how recruiting goes. But yeah, at the Will spot, solid senior here, Zach Maucan. I mean, some of these names are insane. I'm just going to butcher them all. But yeah, he's pretty decent, not great of course, but a couple juniors behind him, and then we'll go ahead and redshirt the freshman there at the bottom. But yeah, this is not going to be a great team to start. The defense, of course, not in as good of a spot as the offense. Got a ton of corners on the team. Of course, we'll go ahead and redshirt these sophomores. And might as well redshirt the junior as well. They're all just 65 overalls. We'll leave the sophomore active because he might actually play a little bit. He's only got 85 speed, though. That's pretty rough, actually. Let's go ahead and just redshirt him, too. We still have 5 active on the roster. That's good enough. Go along with some safeties. Solid start in free safety. Bryce Llewellyn, a 77 overall. Of course, another senior, man. But Ray Hester, decent backup. Should fill in that spot next year. But yeah, it's of course we're just not going to see the best ratings at a team like this. We're a half-star prestige school. I mean, as expected, you know, we just got to check out the squad, see, you know, what we're working with. A couple seniors at strong safety, so should work out well for me going to that 4-2-5. But yeah, man, a couple seniors leading the way, and of course another senior here with Davion Williams. I might actually redshirt him. I know last year there was like a bug when redshirting a senior though, because I redshirted a senior in last year's game and he still ended up gone. So I don't know. I mean, either way, he would be gone either way. So might as well redshirt him because he would definitely be the starter next year, and we definitely need that because the sophomore and freshman is just not going to cut it. I am going to leave the sophomore active though, just in case anything happens to these other guys. And then at kicker, well, we got a couple of them. Sophomore is actually better than the senior. That's tragic, but it is what it is. Rudy Kessinger, 78 overall. And then our punter is Daniel Hall, a 67 overall junior. So at least we don't got to worry about specialists this first year. I'll probably look at those going, oh, I didn't even realize there's actually 3 kickers. My bad. I'll probably, you know, just go ahead and redshirt this freshman, and then we'll switch him over to punter in the off season. But yeah, that's the squad, man. It's gonna be rough, but put some more points into the quarterbacks here, man. We're definitely gonna need to go after them early. And then the other positions that I'm most looking at is O-line, and then our defensive back 7. It should be good up front going forward, but probably gonna need, well, not really corners, more so safeties and linebackers. But I only have 25 points left, so I'm going to go ahead and put that for the O-line here. Only 5 points left, so can't do anything else. But a pretty good starting point here. So here's what our Dynasty point allocation looks like right now in the good old program overview for our Dynasty blueprint. So looking at staff, of course, we only have 75 unspent, so I'm not sure if we'll really be able to get anything good for this slot here. Yeah, nothing affordable. Nothing at all. You see everything listed here. There are some things that you can acquire to help you earn more points throughout your Dynasty, but it's going to be a rough go, man. Eastern Michigan, half-star school. We're not going to really be able to do much early on, but yeah, basically you want to get fundraising. That's the one that you want to get because you'll get more Dynasty points each year. Or coach points, that is. Or Dynasty points. I don't know. I'm going to get confused on Dynasty points and coach points. So the Dynasty points go towards your blueprint. The coach points go towards leveling up your coach. Okay, that was simple. Okay. So your Dynasty points will go up with that fundraising, but of course we don't have anything to work with here going into year one, so unfortunately can't do anything there. But yeah, a couple not great coordinators. Level 13, level 14, both F prestiges. Most likely going to be getting fired next offseason. The OC is getting 15. And then the DC gets 20. So yeah, we're going to have to make some changes next year. Unless they go out, who knows? Maybe they end up doing really good throughout this first year. But yeah, as far as facilities go, we have branded equipment here, which is 31 weeks. So I could actually remove this. But I don't know if that will give me more points or not. And either way, our facilities are so bad, it'd probably be better to leave it here. And of course, it costs $450 to upgrade to a premier facility, which then would cost you $50 annually to keep it in good shape. Yeah, you can also downgrade at some point if you would like. But yeah, we're just at a competitive facility right now, which, yeah, the max facility grade is D+, so. Or is that saying it's an annual 50 for this one? Oh, man. That's pretty bad. Okay, so there, it's on the right. I wasn't even looking at the right side of my screen. So, it's got to pay a little bit of attention. So, the competitive isn't the worst one. The basic one is the worst one, which costs nothing. The competitive, which is what we have, is 50 Dynasty points a year, but doesn't even help your progression. You at least get 2 of the equipment slots. Premier facility gets you a 3rd slot, but it costs an extra 100 per year. You at least get the +4 percentage to your progression, but I mean, let's be real. It'll be a while until we're able to upgrade these facilities. It's going to be pretty rough here, man. But yeah, the branded equipment gives us an increased athletic facility grade for 31 weeks. See what else we have here. So we could get a couple things. We got ice plunge, organic fruits, or training table. So yeah, you can reduce injury chance or the season health usage and the wear and tear. But that is not where I'm looking to spend my Dynasty points right now. So it is 100 for the one that we currently have. I'm not sure if removing that will give us those 100 points or not. But hey, we got to learn somehow. So we'll go ahead and remove that. And it does not give us those points. That's insane. So you don't get the points for removing the equipment. So it would have been better for me to just leave it on there. What's the point of removing it then? It's not like I bought it and applied it. It was just already pre-applied. So hey, gotta learn somehow. Like I said, man, it is what it is. Like I said, gotta learn somehow. So definitely don't remove nothing when you're setting up your thing. You just gotta stick with what you have, because they're not gonna give you the points that you should be given back for removing it. But I don't know. I feel like that should be changed, but whatever. We'll move past that. Just forget it happened. Not like it would make a huge difference anyways. I was just hoping to get those extra 100 points so I could get some fundraising on the staff, but oh well. But yeah, of course the NIL stuff, recruiting gets changed throughout the season, and then for your roster you can change that stuff in the next offseason. Of course, that setting I set early on for that recruit and retain, you can also change that as you go, but yeah, we're definitely keeping it on that. It's just this is more for the CPU behavior. Yeah, I'm not really gonna worry about this stuff at all because I'm doing everything manually, but at least those tools are there for when you're simulating. Well, all we got left to do before getting into the season is to set up that recruiting board. Of course, one of the most important things here. So looking at team needs, they're wanting 2 QBs, 2 halfbacks, a fullback, 2 receivers, tight end, 3 tackles, 5 guards, a center, 2 edges, a D tackle, 5 outside linebackers, a mic, 2 corners, 1 free safety, 2 strong safeties. And I don't agree with like half of that. My needs, I basically wrote down which ones I think are major position needs and then minor position needs. Majorly, definitely quarterback, and then tight end for sure, and then guard and center. I'm not really worried about tackle. Of course, we'll probably try to add at least 1, maybe 2. But as far as what's more important on that O-line is the guards and the centers for sure. We definitely need at least 3 or 4 guards, probably 5 like they have suggested here. Then centers, I want probably 2, or they're only suggesting 1. Defensively, it's mostly the linebackers. They're telling us to get 5 outside linebackers because we don't have any Sams on the roster technically, but we're running a 4-2-5. So you can kind of interchange whether they're at Mike or Will. They're pretty much all similar. So, you know, we'll go after at least 1 or 2 more Mike linebackers, and then on the outside a couple as well. It's just we can change those positions up based on what we need. As long as we get some linebackers, we'll be good. And then the safeties, I'm not, you know, really worried about them being free or strong. We definitely need at least 1 strong, and then 1 free, and then 1 or 2 more, whether they're at whatever position. I'm more so worried about like their archetypes and builds rather than which one they're at, because of course we can swap them over to whatever one we need them at. And then corners, they are suggesting 2. We don't really need any corners at all. But yeah, the minor positions that I was thinking was like receiver and then tackle on the O-line and then edge rusher. But yeah, man, we'll go ahead and go through this and try to find what prospects we can go after. I'm just curious to see if there would be any 3-star interest, but it looks like absolutely none. And as far as 2 stars, we do have 1. It's a strong safety hybrid that has us in 7th. So we'll go ahead and add him to the board. It's the only 2-star that's interested, so might as well. Of course, a bunch of 1-stars interested have us in like 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, but you know, I'm sure I'll probably have to fill out the roster with a couple of these guys, but we're not really going to worry too much about interest early on. We're going to have to try to go after some better players. Like the 1-stars just aren't going to cut it. Now, who knows? You might scout and find some decent ones here. I'll at least add a few of them to the board just so we have them. It's just, you know, guys that have us high up on the board. Might as well give them a look. Of course, none of these guys will cost any NIL. You're seeing the expected NIL here. Of course, all of them have it set at 0. Just because guys have expected NIL does not mean that you have to give it to them. If there's guys that are wanting 200 NIL but they have no offers, you can get away with offering them like 50 NIL, and they might not like that, but you're still going to end up moving up their board because if you're their only offer, then it is what it is. So we do have 345 Dynasty points here. And that is, I believe that's specifically allocated here to the recruits. So I definitely could probably go after at least 1 or 2 3-stars. It's just going to be tough to see how we can gauge their interest. I'll definitely, let's go ahead and look at the 3-stars and we'll scroll down to Michigan. Illinois, another one of our pipelines, so I might look at a couple of these players. I wanted to check one of these centers, but of course both of them have the raw strength archetype, which I usually tend to stay away from that archetype. But I figure maybe one of these receivers we could look at. Physical route runner or a contested specialist, so no speedsters. We'll go ahead and throw this Will linebacker Ryan Dre on the board. And then, yeah, we'll go ahead and at least throw one of these receivers on. The other one's expecting 165 NIL, where Bieniemy here is just at 130, so we'll add him to the board. See, like, these 2-stars should not be expecting NIL. Like, that to me is kind of crazy. You should have to earn that. Like, no 2-star should ever be getting NIL. Now, if you go somewhere and end up doing good the first year or two, then yeah, I'm sure you'll get your opportunities. All right, let's see. Jermaine Dykes, another pure runner, another JUCO guy. Not what we're looking for. Another pure runner. I mean, I'm gonna have to put him on there. Got a deal breaker though. I think. Wait, why is playing time a D+ for the quarterbacks? I have 2 seniors at the top of the depth chart. That doesn't really make much sense. All right, we got a 2-star dual threat out of Ohio. It's only 5'10", but hey, like I said, we can't be picky here at Eastern. We just gotta try to find whatever we can find. A lot of pure runners though. I mean, we got a few targeted, so I don't really necessarily want to put like some crazy NIL into some 3-star that's not going to be interested. If anything, I would prefer to put it into like a transfer guy in the portal. So that might end up being the route that we go. Say this guy kind of interested me until I saw that he's a pocket passer. Definitely don't want that. We need a dual threat or a backfield creator. Then we might as well take a shot at the 3-star to Holt, Michigan. It would take a good amount of NIL, but we'll go ahead and give it a shot. Absolutely no receiver interest here. That is kind of wild out of the 2-stars. So we'll just add a couple that are, you know, in our pipelines and see what we can do. This guy's only 5'6". Like, I want some more speedster guys. There's a lot of contested specialists and physical route runners. It wouldn't hurt to add one, but who knows? Maybe a gadget guy with Ramon Higgins would work. Clayton Wells, the speedster. Jason Brownlee out of Troy, Ohio, a speedster here. 6'1", 171. Definitely going to go after him. Alright, so I got the board set up. It's definitely going to get cleaned up a little bit in the first couple weeks, because you don't want to target 35 players. It's just way too many to have to put points into and whatnot. But of course, I'm going to make sure that we get a quarterback. So of course, we're going to go ahead and scout the 3-star DeMarco Davey and see if that is worth going after. And I already like what I see with 90 throw power. This guy's a gem. Of course, the 3-star. The first one I look at is a gem. Well, you can't do anything else in the preseason, so that's all you can do is scout. But hey, we found a gem off rip, and yeah, I'm gonna have to throw half the NIL at him to try to get him here, because QB is the most important position, of course. Taking a look at that 3-star receiver, Davion Bieniemy. Let's see how good he is. Oh no, 78 speed from a 3-star. Yeah, I'm not even going to finish that scouting. Let's get him off the board. 78 speed is crazy. 79 from the 2-star. Oh man, these guys are going to be all slow. Brownlee's probably our best shot, but I mean, we're just really not going to be able to get very good players early, man. It's going to be a while. This is going to be a grind, and I'm here for it, but this is going to be tough, man. Might as well just scout all the quarterbacks, man. We got to see what we got here. Alright, so it's pretty rough. But, I mean, you can't, you know, it's a 2-star. You can't be surprised. Now, this guy, Pat Kennedy, a JUCO guy, could be decent to start. Okay. He might be a solid bridge guy while another guy develops. Percy Shelby, pure runner out of Canton. Okay, so I mean, obviously not great, but better than what Barty was looking like. And then Keenan Bridges. Alright, this guy's much better than the other 2 stars. Like, this is a huge difference. So, Bridges and Davey will be the main ones we go after, of course. And if we have to settle, we'll get Kennedy, good old Kennedy, the JUCO guy. Alright, only 60 hours left, man. That is pretty rough. You don't really have a whole lot to work with here. At least scout these couple 3 stars here. Definitely solid there. And Forrest. Not as good as the other one, but still solid. So this guy I think is better, but he's expecting 100 less NIL. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, that's all the hours we have, so we were only able to scout like half the board, not even. But like I said, you don't want to have 35 on the board. It's just, I gotta see like if we're even going to actually be able to gain any interest from any 2 or 3 stars at all. It's gonna be tough, man. We might end up with a bunch of 1 stars. Who knows? All right, make sure you pay attention to this weekly practice plan each week when you set it, man, because I promise if you just leave it as what they have it set as, you're going to end up with a lot of injuries through practices, mostly more so to players that are deeper on the depth chart that won't be playing in the games anyways. But based on the test I did during the beta, it's like you really do got to pay attention to this stuff. And there will be guys that have like wear and tear effects that they'll still leave on limited or full practice when they clearly need no practice. So make sure you check this stuff and change it throughout the season. Of course, we're going to keep everyone on full practice. It's, you know, early in the season. It's a week 0. So everyone's going to stay on full, and we'll definitely limit some guys and go no practice on some as the season goes on. But yeah, just figured I'd mention that for right now. Just don't really got to set anything here. And you can also do specifically by position by hitting square or X if you're on Xbox. But yeah, you can change it to recommended or no practice or limited for each position group. And don't forget, you got to confirm it there. Don't just back out of the screen. So when you confirm it, it'll tell you how much XP each player gets and what impacts there are. So one of our centers that won't even be playing has increased composure. That's nice, but yeah, just figured I'd show you guys what this practice screen looks like if you ain't seen it yet. Of course, we can offer scholarships now, so I'll start with the 3-star quarterback. And then when it comes to NIL, we have 345 to work with. And yeah, he's expected 145. So I'm going to go just slightly higher. Just because. Go 175 so we get that 1 green slot there. It's still neutral feedback. Let's see if it changes with that 2nd green slot. No, it doesn't. Okay, so we'll just go 175, see if that makes any sort of difference. See if it's enough to at least get us on his board. But if not, we'll just, you know, go all in here on Keenan Bridges. He's expected 10 NIL, and we'll go ahead and just throw him that offer with the 10. And then we got to go ahead and send the house on these guys. It just sucks because we don't have a lot of points to work with, man. Man, I just don't think we'll realistically be able to get on the board for these 3 stars, man, unless I gave him some crazy NIL. We just don't have that type of stuff available. I'm pretty sure Swaim is only expected 25, though, so I'm going to take Forsett off the board, and we'll still go after Swain here. He's not expecting too much. So we'll see if we're able to get anything going here. I will go ahead and let's go ahead and give him 40 so that way there's more interest there. We'll see what that does. And go ahead and we'll just contact friends and family. We don't have many hours to work with here, man. It's going to be really rough early on. The 3-star Mike linebacker, Matthew Macklin. We'll go ahead and scout him, see if he's worth throwing some NIL at, and it looks like he is, man. Only 79 speed, but 90 acceleration. Everything else pretty solid to start. So yeah, we'll go ahead and throw him the rest of what we have available here. But yeah, and unfortunately it's 5 less than what he's expecting, so it shows disinterest, which is kind of BS, but it is what it is. Gotta see what we can do with this stuff. I only have 20 hours remaining, man. Just not much time to work with here, so I'll throw the last into Greg Linkenbach. See if we can gain any sort of traction here with him. Not going to do the offer yet. We don't have any NIL remaining. I'm just expecting some of them other players to probably lock us out to open that stuff back up, but I'll at least DM him for now. And then we can DM one more player. But yeah, man, it's just insanely tough. Barely any hours to work with here, man. So we'll see what happens. I'll go ahead and throw an offer at Brownlee. Doesn't need any NIL. And we'll go ahead and hit him with the search social media for the last 5 hours. But yeah, it's going to be really tough to recruit early on until we're able to upgrade our coach some more. This is definitely going to be a very tough recruiting grind. And I'll definitely clean up the board next time, man. It's 30 players is too many to look at, especially when you don't have any hours to work with. Like, I'm probably going to have to cut that in half and just try to aim for like 15 of them. But yeah, man, we're finally to the point we're going to go ahead and get into our first game action. You know, we went over all the Dynasty budget, the roster, our schedule, and all that good stuff, but let's get into the action, man. Like I said, I'll be playing every game of this full rebuild style here. See if Charlie Batch can lead Eastern Michigan back in the right direction, man. And this starts off here in week 0 taking on Sacramento State. So yeah, man, let's go ahead and get into the game. Just a little thing here, but I do really like how the menus and everything are set up this year. You know, it's pretty nice. See the conference clash. It tells you what the weather's going to be like, man. It's actually oh no, I thought this was a Friday night. Our week 1 game is a Friday night, but either way, a 7:30 start. Saturday night, 78 degrees, no precipitation expected. Then it shows a couple of receivers squaring off. Sacramento State, it's Matthew Coleman. Should be one of their top targets, and of course Nick DeVroe should be leading the way for us in that passing game. You know, if you check out the overall, Sacramento State actually 71 across the board, so their roster is in a much better spot than ours right now. So we'll see if we can welcome them to the MAC in style here at the factory in Ypsilanti. All right, here we go, man. We'll be starting off this season with the ball in our possession. Back to return the kick is Blackwell. See if he can make something happen going left side, and terrible blocking as we're stopped at the 17. So DeVroe leading the way at the receiver position. Noah Kim, the quarterback. We'll see how the offense does. All right, first play of the season. Going to be a handoff. Bennett cuts left. Nice job. Big gain to start. Picking up about 13 right there. All right, next play. Be another handoff. Big hole up the middle, and Bennett doing a good job early. Another first down carry. All right, from the 42. Looking to throw for the first time. Going to go left side, the tight end. LeMaster. Nice catch. About 10 yards right there. All right, second and short. Back to the ground. It's Bennett up the middle. Ball's forward for about 4 or 5. Moving the chains. All right, first and 10. Kim going to make an audible here. James motions left side. Going to go right, out route, and that's LeMaster. His second catch of the drive, and knocked out of bounds at the 30.
Motion from the wide receiver.
All right, here we go. Second and 8.
Looking for a man. It's Kim.
Going to the in route, and that was a very bad decision. Thankfully, it just is deflected down for an incompletion. All right, big 3rd and 8 here. See if we can convert and keep the drive going. Going up the seam, and it's caught. Prosper. Let's go down to the 13.
Western Michigan.
All right, fresh set of downs as we are in the red zone now.
They're threatening to score and they'll throw.
Gonna try to scramble up the middle. And Kim brought down after a gain of 4. All right, Bennett gonna check back in there. And he'll take the handoff up the middle. And falls forward just shy of the marker. Thought he had it. Now 3rd and inches, man. We got to move the chains here. In that pistol formation. Handoff goes left side. And Bennett, not much, but hey, it moves the chains. We'll take it. All right, 1st and goal from the 3. Let's punch it in, boys. Bennett, let's go. Follows his blockers into the end zone. A great start to our season here. Offense goes down and gets a touchdown, man. Taking the lead here in the 1st quarter.
After the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0.
All right, just had to make sure, you feel me? All right, now we're going to go ahead and kick things off to Sacramento State. See if our defense can do just as well on their first drive. Oh, he takes it out of the end zone here. And a nice tackle at the 13. Let's go. They're going to highlight Jamar Curtis, the senior running back. Definitely going to have to try to contain him today to the best of our ability. All right, man, 1st and 10 here. Handoff up the middle and brought down. Falls forward for a nice gain of 6, though.
This guy has to be able to make plays when his opportunities show up.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up.
Here we go, 2nd and 4. Got a man in motion.
Play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here.
Goes to the crosser and it's deflected. Let's go. Incomplete. All right, 3rd and 4 here. Let's try to get off the field.
Motion from the wideout. Snap from the gun on 3rd down.
He goes short, wide open. They move the chains. Brought down at the 27. Here we go, 1st and 10. Be a handoff. Breaks 1 tackle, then Bailey brings him down after a 4-yard gain. All right, 2nd and 6. He's going deep to the flag route. And he makes the catch on the sideline, gets a foot down. What a grab. Wow, that's tough.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a 1st down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going
Now Curtis right side and brought down just for a gain of 1 there. Nice blocks that time, and Curtis gets a huge gain. The corner gets up and is just standing there. Come on, bro. Make the play. Check it out there. He was just standing there after he got back up. All right, Sacramento State looking to answer already. 1st and 10 from the 14. He's going to go to the pass. Oh, wow. Marshall just got fooled right there. You got to make that play, bro. Like, what are you doing? All right, man, from the 4. And he's going to go all the way down to the 1, man. They are running all over us. 2nd and goal, man. Let's make the stop here. And the quarterback keeps it. Great call by him as he gets into the end zone to tie things up here in the 1st quarter. All right, next drive starts at the 18 here. Gonna go Bennett up the middle and a lot of space to run. Cuts back left, brought down at the 32. And that will take us to the 2nd quarter. Pretty solid game so far. Good old action to start the season. Both running backs playing well. All right, first play of the 2nd quarter. Gonna feed Bennett again. And once again, big hole up the middle. And we're getting up near midfield. Another big gain. All right, next play. Got the tight end in motion here. We're going to throw it to him on a swing pass. Nice blocks by the receivers out there. Only a gain of 3, though. All right, 2nd and 7 here. Kim makes an adjustment. Looking to throw. Going deep left side. Prosper. And it's intercepted. The safety's able to range over and make the play. Kim tries to take a shot right there, and it was not the right decision, man. First turnover on the season. All right, 2nd and 6 here. Curtis takes the handoff and has tons of room to run, man. And then he fumbles at the end. But, of course, they are able to fall on it. I think he was down anyways. Why is it saying I challenged it? I didn't challenge anything. And they recovered it anyway. So why? What is going on with this game right now? All right, 1st and 10. Got to buckle in here.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw.
Quarterback gets rid of it just in time. Absolutely drilled him right there. And, of course, one of our D linemen hurt on the play. Hopefully he's all right. All right, 6 minutes to go in the half. It's Curtis up the middle and stopped for a short gain. All right, man, 3rd and 8. Huge play right here. They go to the screen pass right side and brought down for a short gain. Let's go. And it's right down the middle, so Sacramento State takes the 10-7 lead. At least they only got 3 off the turnover. All right, next drive going to start at the 25. Got to take care of the football, man. Starting off Bennett up the middle. Nice cut to the right and falls forward for 4 yards. All right, man, a big 3rd down here. We need 5 yards to convert. Going to the drag route. It's DeVroe making the catch and enough to move the chains down at the 41. All right, next play. Kim looking to throw. And hits Lemaster over the middle. Nice grab, picking up 6 yards. All right, 2nd and 4. Going handoff, Bennett up the middle. And there was a hole there, but able to shed the block with that D tackle, so only a 1-yard gain there. All right, 3rd and short. Looking for another conversion. Over the middle. Wide open was Prosper, but the D tackle up front batted it down, man. That is tough, man. Look at Prosper. Wide open. And, of course, he bats it down. Come on, bruh. All right, 1st and 10. They start this drive at the 20. And a sack on the play. Big time job there for Norman. A 9-yard loss. Let's go. All right, 2nd and 19, man. They're going to go to the run game. Curtis, and he gets a huge gain. You got to be kidding me. 2nd and 19, and he picks up the 1st down, bruh. Come on, man. They hurry it up. Empty set here. It's the zig route, and of course it's complete for a 5-yard gain. He's just going to get rid of this one as he felt the pressure. Big 3rd down play here. They're going to go quarterback draw, man. What type of cheese? Even the CPU is on that stuff, man. Come on, bro. A damn QB draw.
Really nice run there, picking up the 1st down. Now they're right back up to the line of scrimmage, ready to go again. Under fire.
All right, nice sack. Loss of 8. Let's go, man. Big 2nd down here. He goes to the flat. Curtis has a lot of room to run and makes both defenders miss. This guy's just the greatest, but his defense just impossible, even against low-rated ass Sac State. Like, come on, bro. Conklin keeps it, and he ends up with a yard there somehow.
So now it's 2nd and long. At the line of scrimmage, but they won't snap it here.
All right, 2nd and 9 here. Minute to go in the half. There we go. We come up, make a good tackle. Lost a 3 right there. And I call our 2nd timeout there. Trying to save some time in case we get the ball back here. All right, 3rd and 12, man. Let's make a play, defense. And of course, he's going to scramble. Slides down short of the marker. We'll use our last timeout. 48 seconds to go. I'm expecting them to go for the field goal here. They're actually going to punt. They must not have a good kicker. But, like, why wouldn't you just go for it? And he boots that way out of the end zone. All right, we don't have any timeouts to work with, but 43 seconds on the clock. See if we can make something happen. Empty set here. We're going to go quick left side. DeVreau making the catch. Breaks one tackle, but cleaned up by the rest of the guys there. Just shy of that marker as well. We got to move quickly here. Got to get to the sidelines. Stop that clock. And the curl route. He makes the catch. We got to move here. We are not getting out of bounds. Drag route. I can't get to the sideline. All right, man. 6 seconds to go. We'll see how far we can throw it.
Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock.
Lofts it deep. And it's going to be caught for a huge gain, but tackled immediately. That's Mac. A huge gain, all for nothing, man. We'll head to the half down by 3.
We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks so much, fellas. Here inside our EA Sports Studios. Welcome into
We'll see what type of halftime adjustments head coach Charlie Batch has up his sleeve.
with the NC State Wolfpack taking on the Virginia.
So I feel okay so far with the team, but defensively we can't stop the run. That little running back is just making everyone look like a fool. Offensively, just the one mistake with the interception, but other than that, feeling pretty decent with the team. We had the one unfortunate deflection that killed one drive. It is what it is. Let's buckle in and have a good second half. Try to get this victory here in week 0.
Special performance on the like these.
All right, they start this half with the ball and a crazy spin move, but brought down at the 20. All right, man, 1st and 10. They're going to go to Curtis. He tries to hit the edge, but going to get brought down for a loss of 2. All right, man, 3rd and 12. See if we can get off the field here. They go to the screen pass right side, and that's going nowhere, man. Defense with a great start to the half. That's a 3 and out. Oh, that's a booming punt right there. Blackwell back to return. See if he can make something happen. Makes a cut right side. Let's go. Cuts back left. And then brought down. But we are starting this next drive in Hornet territory. All right, man. Starting this drive at the 46. Pistol formation. Handoff going to go right side. Bennett cuts up. Nice gain. And then brought down after a gain of 8. All right, next play. Bennett again. Gets through the hole. 1st down and more. Brought down at the 29. All right, James will check into the backfield here for 2nd down. Got trips right. Gonna go left side and overthrows Prosper. You know, he threw a pick on a post earlier, so might have been scared this time. All right, a big 3rd and 10, man. See if we can convert the 1st down here. Would love to. I mean, we had good field position to start this drive, so see if we can make something happen. Hitting the out route, and it's caught, but he came back to the ball and ends up being a yard shy of the marker. You may not like this choice, but we're going to go ahead and take the 3. That kick is up, and it slips in there. Almost pushed it too far left, but hey, we tie things up at 10 here in the 3rd quarter. All right, Kessinger kicks it off. See what Wilson does on this return. But James is there to tackle him at the 10-yard line. Flying down the field. All right, 1st and 10. Got a receiver in motion here, and it's going to be Curtis taking the handoff. And a nice tackle by Bailey. I think it was Dobbs there helping clean it up as well. All right, 2nd and 5.
Send the tight
Tight end motions. He's going to hit him in the flat on the RPO. And brought down, but he's able to move the chains right there. Gain of about 6.
It's exactly right. Find the guy who's open because you got
Runs right side. And another gain of 5, man. Curtis again. This time met in the hole. Just a gain of 2.
Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
All right, man. 3rd and 3. Huge play right here. You're going to try to hit the screen or the slant, and I pick it off with Manning. What a play. But there's a flag, man. This better not be on us, man. Pass interference? Are you kidding me? What? So the interception gets taken off the board. And they called it on me. I'm using Manning. Whoa. What? Are we serious? Where's the pass interference? Bro, am I getting joked out here? This is like the 5th time I've noticed a broken penalty. In my free safety road to glory, I got called for a hold when I didn't even touch the guy. Look at this. Where's the pass interference? They call it on Manning. I'm using him the whole time. Never even touched anyone. It's an amazing user pick. And they call him for DPI? Please fix the penalties, EA. This is like the 5th time I've realized some broken penalties. Like, he doesn't even touch him. I'm getting joked. I should have the ball going to take the lead now. Now they go play action. Hey, he just gets rid of that one as he was about to get drilled. All right, 2nd and 10 here. And Curtis up the middle and stopped after a short gain of 4. 3rd and 6, man. Big play here. They try to hit the screen pass and it falls incomplete. A lot of traffic over there. All right, man. 2:30 left in the 3rd quarter. 10-10 game. We start this drive up the middle. Bennett, big hole. Let's go. I mean, this run game has looked great today. He goes over 100 yards. All right, James will check in now. Tight end motions right. And we're actually going to throw it to him as he's open at the marker, just inches short. All right, 3rd and inches, man. See if we can pick this up. Bennett right side. Let's go. Lots of room to run, and he's out into the open field. He could go all the way. Touchdown, Eagles. Let's go. Finally breaking a long one. You love to see it. Bennett carrying the load today for this Eastern Michigan offense as we take our first lead, or our 2nd lead, actually. Our first lead since the 1st quarter, anyways. But let's go, man. Great blocks on the edge there. Springing Bennett for the long touchdown run. All right, man. 1st and 10 here. Tried to go to the flat and brought down in the backfield. Loss of 2. Great job reading that play. All right, 2nd and 12 here. Curtis left side. And he gets a pretty good gain there, picking up 8. Got a much more manageable 3rd down now. Conklin doesn't know where to go. He's trying to escape, and he just gets rid of it last second. Absolutely drilled right there. But a nice job by the defense, forcing a 3 and out. All right, see if we can put together another good drive here. Got Mack in motion. Handoff still goes to Bennett. Trying to navigate. Only 3 yards there. All right, man, that'll take us to the 4th quarter, man. Jafor's up. Up by 7. Got to lock in, do what we got to do to get this first victory of the season.
Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so period here on second down.
All right, first play of the fourth quarter here. Bennett going to motion. We're going to throw right, though. I tried to hit Mack on the screen. Could not catch them slipping there. No gain. All right, 3rd and 9 here. See if we can convert.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw.
We get sacked. Oh, no. Ball's loose. No, fuck. Okay, thankfully we recover it, but losing a ton of yardage there on the sack fumble. Got to get rid of the ball there. No one was open. But yeah, quite a disaster when it comes to field position now. We're going to have to punt and hopefully get some good coverage here. Come on, boys. Make this tackle. Okay. 43, not bad for considering the circumstances there. All right, come on, defense. Let's have another good drive here. Curtis, a huge hole up the middle. Just no defenders in sight. He picks up 9. All right, 2nd and 1. They go to the screen on the RPO, and he's tackled shy of the first down. 3rd and inches. Quarterback keeps it, and he's stopped in the backfield. Let's go. A huge play by Teu. Very surprised they're punting it here, man. 4th and 2 from the 49. Down 7, and he's going to boot it. This might be out at the 10. Okay, I thought it might have been inside the 5, but okay. 10's not bad. All right, man, we got to go on a good drive here. It is 1st and 10. Counter, right side. Let's go. Bennett falling forward for about 13 right there. Got to get this clock moving. Hopefully go on a good drive here. Kill a couple minutes off of it and put up some more points, man. Would love to make this a 2-score lead. All right, Bennett again. That's a face mask. Picked up 5 or 6, but we'll tack on another 15. Yes, sir. All right, up to the 42-yard line after the penalty. Now we're going to toss it to Bennett right side. Can he get to the edge? No, he cannot. All right, 2nd and 11 here. Kim looking to throw. Going to go short to DeVroe, and he makes the catch. Solid gain of 7. All right, 3rd and 4, man. Got to try to move the chains here. Going to motion James to the right side. Going to try to hit the tight end quick. And the master makes the catch, breaks the tackle, and is brought down at the 30. Big gain right there. All right, 1st down from the 30. Hand off James up the middle. Solid gain of 4. Going to motion Prosper to the left side here. A 2nd and 6. Hand off Bennett. And goes forward for a solid gain of 4 right there. Looks like an injury to DeVroe. No, our top receiver just blocking out there, getting banged up. So the injury timeout stops the clock there. 2:23 to go, 3rd and 2. Would love to move the chains here. Bennett handoff right side. Has enough and is down to the 12-yard line. Sacramento State takes their first timeout. All right, we're in the pistol here. Going to be a handoff right side. And Bennett, not much there, but falls forward for 3. Got Matterd checked into the backfield now. His first action of the game. And he'll take this handoff. And he goes up the middle. Brought down at the 6. And that is Sacramento State's final timeout. All right, 3rd and 4, man. Let's see if we pick up the first here. Oh, no, our tackle jumped. Come on, brother. We can't be having those mental mistakes. All right, man, we go to the empty set here. 3rd and 9 now. Trying to hit the in route. And there's a deflection there. Where's their DPI, man? I seen more contact there than on our play. So we're going to have to settle for the field goal, but that's okay, man. It just sucks that this clock stopped, so. It's up and good, man. So still making a 2-score game, going up 20-10 now. Would have loved to punch it in the end zone there, but it is what it is. All right. 2 minutes on the clock for Sacramento State. No timeouts to work with, and they got to score fast. Goes short, and that's broken up for Curtis. A second down, looking to throw. And he's going to get sacked. A loss of 5 on the play. Let's go. Third and long. Let's make the play. He's got him on the flag route. And they move the chains. All right, second down here. They find a hole in the defense right there. A big gain. Down to the 29. Gonna try to hit the out route. Slowing him down there. Ugly tackle attempt, but still just a short gain of 3. Our 2nd and 7, under a minute to go now. Goes over the middle, and a nice connection inside the 5.
This defense has been dialed in, and the big play has been a non-issue.
Defense kind of getting diced up on this drive, but, you know, we're playing softer. We're empty set. I thought he was going to run right there. He gets it off last second, and they get the touchdown there. So a little bit of life here for Sacramento State late. They're going to have to get the onside kick, though. All right, man, we recover this, and the game is over. There's no way. Right off his hands, and they have the ball. Are you kidding me? What else is this game going to hit me with, man? What else are you going to hit me with? First, it was the bullshit DPI on my interception, and now this? I mean, bro. Like, it's right off his fucking hands. This is a running back. Blackwell's a running back with good hands. Why are you jumping for the ball? Rule number 1. Hey, if you're young and you play football, if you didn't know this, you never jump for the ball in this scenario on an onside. You never ever, you let the ball come to you. Like, this is EA literally doing everything possible to try to fuck me. This is literally hilarious. Like, this is literally hilarious. Whoa, whoa, whoa. 41 seconds on the clock. And of course, a big play to start all the way up to the 41. All right, 2nd and 10, man. 31 seconds to go. Goes right side, and that's going to end up being a loss of 1. All right, 3rd and 11, man. Big play right here. Conklin going to scramble, and he breaks the tackle. Brought down 3 yards shy of the marker. They're hurrying it up here. This could be it. He goes short. He's brought down. I don't know if they're going to get another snap off. Oh, they're trying to spike it. Let's go. They can't get the snap off regardless. Through all the hiccups and cheese, we're able to walk out of here with our first victory of the season, man, in game 1. A week 0 victory. Wild game, man. I cannot believe they tried to hit us with that at the end, man, but at least we hold on, man. Getting the victory. Welcoming Sacramento State to the MAC in style, man. This is Maction for you. I mean, I can't even be mad. I mean, there was definitely some cheese, but this is Maction. Maction gets wild like this. And normally we don't get it this early in the season, but hey, man, week 0, wild game. Charlie Batch gets a victory in his first game as Eastern Michigan head coach. 20-17 final score. That game was wild, man. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff I got to clean up. I haven't played at all other than my Road to Glories, so other than last year's game, which I haven't played in at least 5 months now, maybe 4 months, maybe 5. But yeah, so it'll take me a few games to get knock the rust off. Plus, we're playing with very low-rated players, so it is what it is. But we'll go ahead and check out these stats, man. 14 to 21, so not the greatest for Kim. 163 yards, no touchdowns, the 1 interception, long of 35. So yeah, would definitely like to see some improvements here. But when your run game is so damn good, it doesn't matter that much. Bennett ends up hitting 200 on the day on 23 attempts, man. 2 touchdowns on the day, only 1 broken tackle though. So really, it was just a lot of good blocks set up and just able to find the right gap to hit and taking off to that 2nd and 3rd level. 38 yards after contact, only just 1 gain of over 20 yards, and that was the long 59-yard touchdown run, man. That was awesome. But yeah, great day there. Didn't really get too much else going with other guys. I should definitely get some more touches for James and Mattered. I don't know how to say it. But yeah, we'll definitely get them some more carries going forward. Bennett, 23 is not like too much, but should probably keep him closer to 18-ish. But we'll see how it goes. Receiving wise, Lemaster, the tight end, led the way with 5 for 58. DeVroe, 3 for 28. Prosper, 3 for 35. Mack for 2 for 33. Then Isaac had 1 for 9. Defensively, it was Llewellyn with the most tackles, which I don't like seeing from the free safety. He shouldn't be having to make that many plays, but he even had 1 tackle for loss. I believe that was on one of their little screen passes. But yeah, pretty solid showing around there. Marshall, Bailey, Dobbs all getting a lot of tackles. Dobbs and Norman both with 2 tackles for loss. A couple of corners coming up, making big plays on the line, as well as Adkins. And then Teyu with a couple. Had a sack on the day. Oh yeah, Norman had a sack as well. Love seeing that out of a cornerback. But yeah, man, it was a pretty solid showing from the defense. Our run defense wasn't the greatest, but thankfully, when we were in situations where they needed to make a play, they were making plays. But yeah, man, 20-17 victory here in week 0. One more look at the Bennett touchdown run. Just look at those blocks getting set up perfectly, and he navigates his way through the holes, and no one's going to catch him. What a great touchdown run. Bennett, a 200-yard day. Hopefully, more of that to come going forward. And before we get out of here, man, check that out. MAC Offensive Player of the Week for Braden Bennett. I mean, you can't be surprised. It's week 0, so there's only a few games being played anyways. I mean, he might even get National Player of the Week. But yeah, 23 carries for 200 yards. 2 touchdowns. Come on now. They didn't give him National. They ain't giving Eastern Michigan no love. But yeah, man, that's going to do it for today's episode. The introduction to my Eastern Michigan Dynasty rebuild here on College Football 27. So I hope you guys enjoyed the first game, getting set up with head coach Charlie Batch, getting the recruiting board set up, checking out that Dynasty budget, seeing where we can allocate our points and whatnot. But yeah, it's going to be a grind here with the half-star school. But yeah, man, we start off 1-0. We welcome Sacramento State to the MAC in style, like I said. So next time we start our non-conference play, hosting San Jose State. So they're 0-1. They lost here in week 0. And it's looking like it's going to be a rainy one on Friday night. 83 degrees and rainy. It's going to be absolutely muggy as hell up there in Ypsilanti, man. But yeah, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you like and subscribe if you are new. Hit the links in the description to follow my Twitter or X and then my Twitch as well, so that way you know when I'm going live. This series specifically will be live on YouTube only. I'm just going to stream it straight to YouTube, so that way anyone that can't watch live, you can just rewatch it right there on YouTube right away. You'll see the good, the bad, the ugly, nothing cut. You'll see all the recruiting and whatnot. I'll definitely try to do 2 games for the first couple streams, but after that it's probably just gonna be 1 per. Other than every once in a while I'll be able to do 2. It's just I won't have as much time after this first week. But yeah, man, be on the lookout. I'm not sure exactly what day I'm gonna go live with this next, just because I've had a lot of plans change up over the last couple of days because things just aren't going as planned. Of course, I don't want to get too much into detail, but yeah, you should see episode 2 streamed to YouTube probably Saturday, but I don't know. Just like I said, follow my X or Twitter, and I'll tweet out the updates and whatnot. Okay, that'll do it. Have a nice day. Peace.